2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey everyone out there in Banjo land, Mike Heading here. Today I've got a special lesson for you. We're going to be talking about Stephen Foster's classic tune, Hard Times Come Again No More. I was having some fun working this one up this week. I've dropped my low D string down to a C. So we're going to be in open C tuning. It's going to give us some new practice. It's going to give us some different harmonies and different notes we can work with. This is a great tune to work on adapting a melody on a slower tune to the banjo. We're going to use some kind of non-traditional Scruggs banjo techniques here to bring out the melody, and I'm going to break down the whole thing note for note and then show you a bunch of backup stuff you can do on this song. Alright, here's Hard Times Come Again No More in the key of C. Alright, so let's break down the first three measures of Hard Times Come Again No More. Remember, I've dropped my low D string down to a C, so down a whole step down to C. You can tune it off this first fret second string. That's also a C note, so you can get octaves there. That's a good way to tune it if you don't have a tuner. Also, I'll say, when you drop that low string down a whole step, it's going to put your other strings out of tune just a little bit, so you're going to have to do a little bit of adjusting after you drop that low string. That's pretty normal. You know, when you change that tension on that string that much, it's going to put the other strings out of whack just a little bit. So it's pretty normal to have to do a little bit of adjusting. But what that gives us is a nice low C note that we can now use in our song. And you can also play this without retuning if you don't want to, or if you don't feel like it. And I'll show you where you can change it in the song so you can omit that note. Okay, let me play the first couple measures and then I'll break it down. One more time. Okay, so we're going to start with a pickup. We're going to start on beat 2, and we're going to put our first finger on the first fret of the second string, and we're going to pinch strings 4 and 2. So we're going to do those octaves. So we're going to pinch that twice on beats 2 and 3. 1. And I'm using thumb and index with my right hand. And then we're going to pinch the third string and the first strings with my thumb and middle. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all quarter notes, so don't do those first three pickup notes too quick. 1, 2, 3. And the lower notes are just harmony notes, so the real pickup is so just the second string and first string. So you can omit those low notes if you want to. But one more time, here we go. 1. Now here's measure 2. Let me play it and then I'll break it down. Okay, so I'm going to do an open 2 hammer-on on the first string. So I'm basically going to kind of go into my C chord, a 2-finger C chord, and I'm going to pinch the outside strings while I do that. That's just going to kind of fill it up a little bit. So it's 1 and... Let that first pinch ring out. Give it plenty of value. And really hammer that down. That's 1 and then you're going to reach your thumb down to the open third string, and then hit the first string, second fret. So it sounds like this. And then you're going to take your third finger off of your left hand and you're going to roll forward 5, 2, 1, 5. So strings 5, 2, 1, 5. T, I, M, T. Let's play that whole measure too. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and now here's measure 3. We're going to do that open 2 hammer-on again without the pinch this time because we just played the thumb at the end of measure 2, so we can't do that. We can't pinch both those strings again. So we're going to do that open 2 hammer-on. Remember, give that plenty of value. It's one, and then you're going to slide your third finger all the way up to the 5th fret of the first string, and you're going to pinch the outside strings. And then you're going to put your second finger of your left hand on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. We're going to play that note. And then you're going to play the open 1st string. So measure 3 sounds like this. So it's 1 and 2, 3, 4. You got to move pretty quick there. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Don't do those last quarter notes too quick. So one more time, here's measure 3. Let's do the first 3 measures. And the melody there is. One more time. So a lot on the first string there. One more time. Here's the first 3 measures. So listen how we put that melody into the roll. Now we're going to go into measure 4. We're going to go into an F chord. So you use that open 1st string, the end of measure 3, to slide back down, put your first finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, your pinky up on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and you're going to pinch those 2 notes with your index and middle finger. That's a quarter note on beat 1. And then we're going to do thumb middle, 5th string, and then back to those pinches. Or thumb index middle, excuse me. So it's pinch, and then thumb, and then pinch again. So it's 1, 2, and. So you're going to keep that position down. 1, 2, and then we're going to do an open 2 hammer-on the 3rd string. So open 2 hammer-on, and then we're going to pinch those 1st and 3rd fret again. So the whole measure sounds like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Let's do just the right hand once. 1. I'm just pretending they're all zeros. Don't let that hammer-on throw you off. So that's measure 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Pinch on beat 4. Okay, here's measure 5. We're going to start it with that open 2 hammer-on again. With a pinch this time. So I did thumb and middle, pinching the outside strings. And then I'm going to hit 1st fret, 2nd string. And then 5th, open 5th string. So it sounds like this. 1 and 2, and then I'm going to use that open 5th string to slide all the way up to the 7th fret on the 1st string and the 5th fret on the 3rd string. And I'm using my pinky and my 1st finger. That's what feels easiest for me. And I'm going to pinch those 2 notes. So index and middle pinch on the 3rd string and 1st string. Because I just used my thumb right before that. So it's. You really got to use that open 5th string to move. Let's practice that a few times. We're going to do that a bunch of times. That's one of the trickiest little parts of the song. So it's 1 and 2 and 3. And we're actually going to let beats 3 ring out. And you can let that ring out for 2 beats. 3, 4. And you'll see a little, on beat 4, a little open 5th string in parentheses. That's called a ghost note. So what you can do there is, to help keep the time, you can kind of tap that 5th string. You're not really plucking it. You know, you don't want to hear the note really, but you're kind of using that as a timekeeper. So it sounds like this. So it's 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's kind of a nice technique you use. That's called a ghost note. Use that to help you keep the time. Now here's measure 6.